We take time to see people who are blind that they have been knocked by the cars on the road. We take time to hear that people who are blind, they have been robbed because they are blind. I've never seen a blind person whose leg has been injured while walking when he or she is blind. So it's like we housemaids, we have got all the eyes, they see well, because when we are coming to work, they always make a thorough checkup. So that means we are not sick. That means we can see. We have legs that are normal. We have the eyes, the ears, they do hear well. And the whole body, I may say, we are well. We are not sick. So this is a blind housemaid working in Saudi Arabia, whose blindness was caused by a stranger she has never met physically, but through Facebook. Here is how it started. 4 months while working as a housemaid in Saudi Arabia, I was on Facebook. I saw a link which I had to tap in. It took me to WhatsApp page. I really found so many people whom we started chatting. There was this guy who came into my inbox one time and we had to chat up. We took time chatting, we took time talking to, like we went further. We became close friends, we became close boyfriends, we became really close to each other, though we were a distance. I'm in Saudi Arabia, but he was in Africa. So we continued talking. At the end of the month, we agreed how I'm going to start giving him money and we make a family together. So he came with an idea of me giving him the money to buy the land. Then afterwards, we are going to build a house of which when I come back home, we are going to be staying together. I also agreed. I started giving him money. We went ahead. Each and every month, I could get the whole money and send to him. Indeed, this man made me blind. He became my eyes. He came and sat in my head so he could think and he could tell me what I should do with my money. So he bought the land, he started building. Each and everything, whatever he could buy, he could send me the lists of the things that he has bought and including the price. So he could send me each and everything. So I reached a time, remember I left my mother in the village and even the house was not in good condition. But I said, let me trust this man. If he built this house, when I go back home, we are going to bring my mom to this house. Since mom was in the village, she had no phone. There was no way I could contact my mother. There was no way I could reach to my mom. And I sent her the money. So I had to trust this man to build for me the house, or build the house together, so that I can bring my mom when I go back. I wanted to just surprise my mom with a house. It reached a time, this man was every time he was always online, more than I could, yet I'm on Wi-Fi. But each and every time I could want to check on him, he could be online every time, online every time. I did not mind. He was so caring. Even if I'm not online, he could send me a message saying hello. He could leave a message to me, sweet messages. And I was like, oh my God, I've never met such a person in my life, so caring like this. So I had to give him all my trust. And indeed, I trusted him. So it reached a time I finished my contract, but I had to extend because the house was not yet ready. So he agreed that I should extend 1 year. And indeed, I extended the house. We finished the house. But I reached a time and I told him, you can check on my mom. This is what he told me, that I'm busy, that maybe on weekend. I was like, it's okay. Since you're always busy, you can check her. You can go and check her on weekend. We reached a weekend. He told me to send him the money to go and check my mother. Remember that all the money I've been sending it to this man to build the house. And maybe I thought he wanted the transport that could take him to my place to see my mom. He started telling me how he has got even the transport. He could not afford the transport to go and check on my mom. Remember, he was working, but still, I'm the one who built the whole house. So, this is where I started doubting this man. I never wanted to ruin each and everything, but I just had to go low so that I don't spoil everything. When my 3 years finished, I had to plan and go back home because I wanted to take a vacation. Maybe I go and rest, then I see what to do next. So I reached a time and I had to call this man. How I was planning to go back, and I take a break. Then I see if I can come back. He started like, no, you wait, you take more months, you make some months so that we can make a business for my mom. He started making like excuses for me not to go back right away because of this and the other, because I should continue like for months. I get some money of which we are going to make for mom business. So such things. I was like, no, let me go back. But my heart, I was feeling something in my heart. I started doubting really. So I had to go without telling him that day, without telling him when I just planned it. So I had to go. When I reached in the country, I had to call his phone. I first used another number to call him because I wanted to see. I wanted to surprise him. So I used someone's number to call him. A friend of mine is the one who called and started talking to him. So we had to meet this man. We met him because I didn't know him physically, because it was just online, like we see each other on video, we just so I only knew the picture of the person, but I did not know him physically. So we met him. Afterwards, I had to tell him how I'm the one I've been sending him the money. He was so surprised after explaining each and everything. So I requested him to take me to where the house was, because I was not so sure if I just go and look for the house without him. I don't know whether I could find the house. So this is what I had to do through a friend. So when we met him, I had to request him to take me to the house. We went to where the house was, but it was actually not the house. It was a new house, but it was not actually what I had in the pictures. So this guy lied to me. He really lied to me. The house that I expected, it is not the house that I found. In my mind, I was asking myself, could it be the house then for me, or he was just faking me? That was the question in my mind. So I had to stay in the house one day, second day, third day. I had a knock on the door. Someone came claiming the house to be his. I was like, what? How? I was really out of my mind. I was so speechless. I had nothing to do. I had nothing at all to say because I had no evidence. This is how we have been robbed, we housemates. This is how we have been brained through other people. There are so many people who have made us blind. There are so many people whom we have given our trust and we are heartbroken. So many people are feeding on our money. So many people have made us blind in the name of love. So many people are feeding on our little sweat in the name of love. You've been working for years and years. You did not trust any of your family members, but you trusted the strangers. And you're still at work, still sending them money. You can't know what they are doing with your money. You can't be sure if it's true they are doing what you requested them to do for you. When we are here working, sometimes people say we are desperate for love, we are desperate for money. But here is a poor housemaid who was blinded by the love of a stranger whom she met on Facebook. She refused to look for her mother. Maybe through neighbors, she would have got her mother to say, hello, mom, let me send this money to repair our poor house. But she trusted the strangers who is now feeding on her little sweat. As you can see, even the clothes are not ironed. We can't know why she has not ironed her clothes. We can't know what some people, the situation they are in. But when it comes to money, because of love, you're looking for love. You're there in the house thinking that when you get out, it will be too late for you to get love. But it's not. If you still have a mom, take care of your mom. If you still have a father, you take care of that father. Let us not be blinded by this so-called love. Strangers, yeah, they do come when they need something from you. No one loves you when he or she doesn't have what she needs from you. Whoever loves you has got something that you need. That's why you are loved. So be careful about the people who always come in our inboxes to say, we love you, to say that they love us, yet in actual sense, of course they need money. What else? In today's situation, it's women who are taking care of men. Men are no longer men. Men are no longer caring. Men these days are